The Coach Final Project, using the design thinking process for problem finding and engagement. Or how I went from fixer to finder. My name is Deborah Hernandez, and this is the story of my time with Adiro Learning and the Coach. The journey began with the goals of defining my role as a coach and creating a parent program. The constant changes with our learning and teaching during times of COVID had an impact on the goals that I had set for myself. I made the decision to take off defining my role as a coach for now and to focus on creating the parent program. The adage, when one door closes, another one opens, proved very true in this case. There was lots of new learning that was going to happen. I continued with my coursework readings, taking notes, and starting the outline of my parent program. It came out in my mentoring conversations that while it's important to establish a common language for the program, it was also important to understand the parents' language, to understand their problems, and to understand their expectations. This led me to the design process. With its 5 concrete steps, I then had a path to the program. I began the design process with an empathy map. I've been curious about UX and UI design and was interested in the benefits of using an empathy map to understand the stakeholder. The map is a template that helps organize stakeholder motivations and perceptions. The template has 2 areas. The inner part represents the stakeholder, while the outer section is what I perceive and my expectations. My objective was to close the gap between expectations and the realities of our parent population. The black marker writing represents my perceptions and expectations. Next was the strategy of framing questions, or problem framing. In looking at what I believed the stakeholder was thinking, hearing, feeling, doing, seeing, and saying, I started to synthesize the readings from the course content and began to frame my questions as concerns. Based on the empathy map, what questions could I develop to ask my parents about what they wanted in a parent program for digital literacy? The focus was on problem finding versus problem solving. It shifted my thinking from the consultative mindset of fixing to questioning with collaboration in mind. Simplicity was key. The goal was to have 3 questions, but I used 5 just in case we needed more. After interviewing the parents with the questions, the purple marker writing represents their feedback. My questions didn't pressure parents to feel they should know a lot connected to digital parenting, and they were put at ease as they stated they didn't know what they didn't know. In the end, I had my stakeholder data with a clearer picture of our family's relationships with technology in their own language. I now had a lens in which to view my families, and I also had an idea about who they were. The program will begin at the start of the next school year. I have what I need to launch and feel good about the future. I shared the program with my head and team leader. More importantly, I shared the process before I shared the program. In doing this, they had a greater appreciation of the work that went behind the slide deck. I'm also excited because this feeds into the school's digital citizenship program, connecting school and home. As a fixer, the short-term success is gratifying. But what happens to a puzzle when it's complete? With problem finding, you learn about multiple ways to approach ideas and solutions. My mentor feedback has led me to realize this plan is just beginning. I have what I need to involve my parents. Next steps are to build actual engagement with impact goals in mind. I want to improve family relationships with technology. I want parents feeling the school is prepared to support them. And I want students understanding home and school expectations. Defining the coaching role is still a goal. In the meantime, I do have a partner to collaborate with on the parent program, and hopefully this will create more opportunities.
Hi, I'm Vicki. I'm the lower school counselor at OES, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about collaboration. Deborah Hernandez and I have been working together since September of 2019, and one of the things that we've collaborated on is the zones of regulation. It was a regulation, being able to identify feelings in self and others, and then tools to regulate, green zone tools. It was wonderful to collaborate because Deborah was able to bring this into technology and have each student do a digital zones of regulation and personalize it. Another way we've collaborated is the Stop Walk Talk program, which is an anti-bullying program, and also bringing green zone strategies together with Stop Walk Talk and other strategies. And I'm going to show you a quick poster that Deborah was able to do in her technology class, which is wonderful. And we collaborated and worked together to make this happen school-wide. And I started doing things with pre-K and beginning years, and Deborah really paved the way for intermediate years. Another great way that we collaborated is doing digital citizenship, being able to talk that out, being able to share ideas. Her experience with international schools, technology, and the digital world, and bringing that with the social emotional learning in counseling was a perfect match. So just to have the joy of not being in one particular field or feeling isolated in your own silo. Collaboration is so important, and Deborah's been a wonderful person to collaborate and share ideas and grow our ideas together, and I felt really privileged to be her colleague and find ways that the counseling and the world of tech can come together. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
I like this picture of my notebook from the coach. Half of it is in the dark and half of it is in the light, and it's symbolic of parts of the cohort where part of us are asleep and part of us are awake on the other side of the globe, and vice versa. However, the learning and the connecting have still happened, and I'm just sharing a few snaps from this notebook to share the appreciation that I have and the impact that the reflection and the learning that others have had on me, and I just wanted to say thank you.